There was a welcome here before. I know Marina very, very
can do
well. I'm
this.
her manager.
Live
So
stream a
it's a
live
bit weird to
stream.
have like a manager on
I'm just
stage.
gonna talk.
But
I
we
used to do this all
figured
the
I
time.
might be a good ambassador.
I'm not gonna
and
comment.
cover off a lot of
They can
different
demonetize me if they
I've been
want.
with Marina for a long time, so I was there.
This isn't. I mean, it's just a video, like in the background. As long as I don't watch
Hello.
it, we film a
I was there
movie.
for the Neon
You
Nature
can film yourself.
experience that was
Just to let
fruit.
Trump know. He's like,
And now we're into
no, he's not
what
that
is
stupid. Someone else is
the
making
most
calls. Like,
simple of Marina ears.
trying to think.
called
by the way, we don't
Love
have the internet.
And part of the
But
simplicity
Israel
that Marina
does.
has talked for so long
I mean, they've taken
about
control
wanting
over it, so they
to
can shut
communicate
down
really
the satellites
cleanly.
anytime
So
they
being
want.
able to have
I think it's
discussions,
Israel.
being able to have ideas that are worth discussing in more
Someone
detail
does.
than just a
We
song.
don't have the rights to YouTube and
And
all
so
that.
what started
Their whole project
with
Zorgo doesn't figure
the
this
Fack and
out.
Hells, did everyone remember the Fack and Hells
Dude, do not
of
do
Fruit,
that
which we
again.
did on YouTube as well.
He
So
just
what
made y'all
started
take
with
things for
that
granted.
was now
I was
what she
freaking
likes to
out.
do, which is
Like,
these
I
live
need YouTube.
sort of
No, it doesn't-
discussion
it doesn't.
sessions. You know, there is time to answer questions. There is time for her to be able to go into things
kind of give crap
in more
now.
depth. And I think that we all
No, I
agree
need
that
it.
they're hopefully something that will continue for a really long
Just
time.
do that thing where the video.
Marina.
So
So this is the first kind of
if
official
this happens,
streamed
if I can't
version
stream this,
for Love and Fear, which hopefully you've all heard
I
half
might respond a little bit.
of already.
No, I'm not gonna watch
So
it.
we're going to get Em out
She's
in a
gonna watch
minute,
this.
and I'm going
Not
to try
that
and
dumb.
cover off
That'd be so sad if
as
everyone
much
gets the
ground as
secret
we
from
can, so
Marina.
we can like talk about things in a
Start a little
really
secret. She
meaningful
can't know
way.
about this.
Because, like you,
That's just an
I've also read all
thing that
the
actually probably
reviews,
most likely
and I'm ready
happened.
to hear some news stories now as well. We've covered a lot of the same ground, so it's time for us to get into a few more things. So if you are watching online, comment on the feed, and we'll try and get to as many of the questions that are online as possible. And if you're here with us in our intimate setting, we're going to have microphones coming around. So think of your questions, think about the way that you would like to communicate. Sort of, you know, it could be something that you've always wanted to ask, or it could be a spontaneous moment. Just go with how you feel.
Okay.
Yeah, and enjoy it. So
This
is the woman who has inexplicably written like every one of our emotions into a song form. Don't know how she's done it, but this is Marina.
I can't look. You can glance. Oh, wait for it.
Hello. Scooch closer.
Oh, okay.
Psychedelic.
Thank you for coming. This is very exciting. You did a really good job.
Do you like it?
I was like trying to listen in.
She's probably going to be able to
Yeah,
do
it is slightly sycophantic to have the person
No, she
that
will.
knows
She's
so
professional.
much being here to ask you the questions. But I also think, hopefully, with all of us, we're going to be able to get some really good insight today. Yes. Okay, so the first thing, just to kick us off, is that we all know Fear is out on Friday. Okay, so an extra 8 songs, which completes the 2-part collection that is Love and Fear.
Yeah.
So now that it's out
I'm going
and people
by
are discussing it and you're doing things like this, do you feel
Yeah.
like the message of Love and Fear is being heard? Do you feel like the fans are getting it? Do you feel positive about the way that you've presented this?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like,
Yeah.
I suppose like you said a minute ago, it feels like a very simple era, and it's felt very easy for me to create it. Even though I feel like I'm like working harder
draw?
than I ever have before. Weirdly, I'm like working so hard
Why are you laughing?
compared to my
How's that
memories
funny?
of Fruit and Electro
I
Heart and
worked
stuff.
so
But
hard.
it's come
It's probably
from
about
a place of really wanting to do an album and promote it in a way that felt right to me.
Gotta do what feels
Because
right.
there's so many ways to promote things.
Yep.
So
Promote,
yeah, and in terms of fans getting it,
promote.
I think so. I think it's always different. It's always really interesting for me to see how people respond to things, because each album that I've done sounds pretty different and has always focused on like
True
a
that,
certain
true
part
that.
of human like psyche, or just of life, or you know, of my experience of life at that time. So Love and Fear is like very concrete in how I've packaged it. But yeah, I think fans have been like very engaged with it. And it
This
is
is
really
weird,
fun
I'm
for me
live
when I
streaming.
release
A live
songs
stream?
like
Is this
with
actually
Orange
happening?
Trees. They were like all the mega like, you know, like 2009
Is
fans
this
were like, this is so pop. I hope the rest of Love isn't going to be like this. And then like To Be Human comes out and they're like, oh my God, I love it so much. Which I completely get, you know, like it's not every song is going to be, you know, the type of production you like. But like for me, it's really important as a writer to feel like I'm excited about
I'm
doing
excited.
things,
My hair looks good.
and actually that's why I collaborated
actually,
a
that's
lot on
why
this
I have
record. I
hair
co-wrote a lot.
in them hands.
And
Is that something to do?
like Orange Trees, I never would have written that on my own.
To be
ever.
human.
So whereas To Be Human, I would have written that with other people. It's such
This
a
is all like back to
like
the
finely tuned
past. Like for
personal
say something, she'll
song.
laugh.
So
Oh, holy shit, this is awkward.
both ways of making songs
Painting.
really work well for me.
That was a
and
weird
and
one.
I needed that on this record to
Sabrina,
work
innocent.
with other people again.
And I also
Look at me,
say
look at
that
you.
historically,
Blink out, blink, we blink.
there is always a
blink.
moment of nostalgic reflection. Okay, so when you hear a new Marina record, you can't help but be like, but when I was listening to Electra, like this is how I felt.
On Fruit, they were like, oh god, I wish you just go back to Electra
Oh,
vibes.
yeah.
When Electra came out,
kidding.
people were like, you fucking sell out, blah blah blah. They're like,
I don't like my hair touching my forehead.
No, it's totally true. It's totally true.
Because some of you, were you guys were there any fans who
This
were
is weird. I'm doing
knew
my
of
hair
me
on camera.
before Electra Heart here? Like, do you
That's
remember
good.
the response that I got? And at the time, pop was not cool. Like now, we have such a blend of
I gotta
genres
say
thanks
something.
to the internet, Spotify, and stuff. You don't have to like just be into hip hop or just be into indie. But at the time, it was really hard to break through that and be like, well, actually, this is what I'm interested in. So. But it is
Yeah, it's on the
very
comment.
enjoyable for me to see each era what the responses are,
Enjoy.
because it's also telling of like online
Tweet the
culture
beef.
and also like what people connect to. It's like always so fascinating for me. Like Human had such a nice response and it meant a lot to me. But
Gotta promote myself.
like felt the same.
There's always a song from each era, which at the time was either
I
divisive
love
or slept
all
on.
of
And then afterwards
Songs.
becomes a moment.
This is
So,
why she's my manager.
guys, it's true. You should hear me in a meeting. I'm like the most underrated artist of our generation. Like
so
it's a
cute.
thing, right? God, I will
You
say.
laugh.
So if I said Teen Idol right now,
Yes.
Super.
dude, are you kidding? You didn't even do a video for Teen Idol.
Yeah,
It's outrageous.
and
Oh, you
also
sent to me?
at the time,
I'll take a
Um,
break.
I
Sure,
had
that
a manager who was
time.
Not me.
not her.
On your body,
And they actually said that I shouldn't put on the album, and I was like, yeah, but you're, no disrespect, but you're 57. You're not going to know
57.
what any of those lyrics mean,
You're 37. We're gonna
to be
Google
fair. So
later. So I'll probably like a mystery.
everyone's got a different perspective, and
Oh,
that's
God,
why
no.
artists should
How old are
mainly
you?
listen to themselves.
I'm 26.
And
Oh, let's see what you're up to. Instagram.
And then I swooped in.
And then Justin,
So it was fine.
Oh.
So as we move forward, this is the thing. There's going to be
She
songs on love and
She likes
fear
that good.
that means something
That good.
specific
No, she's a
to you
pansexual.
as the bands, and it means something specific to you because your music is now everyone else's. So you put it out, and it's now ready for everyone else to
Nope.
comment on, to be
I don't know.
exposed
Honestly,
to connect with, to reference, and to relate to. And so I think that's part of what
What was
is
I
so
gonna
impressive
do?
about your songwriting journey.
I
Is that it
kinda
actually doesn't
don't
matter. It doesn't
care.
matter if no one else likes the
Actually,
one
I
writing
do.
the song
She might
that
be
you wrote.
36.
It's yours.
40.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. Yeah, actually, I was just
She's
saying
not so I like older
in the
women.
Green Room earlier that people have commented a lot with this album.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna
20. Oh,
ride till I can't
5'4".
no more.
Not
I'm
bad.
gonna take my
He's
horse
33.
to the
Oh,
old town road.
snap.
I'm gonna ride till I can't.
I have the types of fans that I do because it's like when something really means something to you, it's like deep. It's not going away. So I feel very, 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 very lucky that I have people who connect to my music for that reason.
Shall we hear something?
From Fear?
No.
Yeah, guys, you're gonna hear 3 songs.
Okay, no, she's selling it in. She's selling it in, guys.
Snippets.
People are gonna be like,
Snippets,
"What
so we
is
don't
this
get
song?"
pulled down off YouTube for
Everyone watching this on the internet, hello as well.
I know people have been sharing bits and pieces, and I am.
Well, I can't post that. Yes, I can.
Yeah, but I'm gonna share them too now.
Nope.
Okay, so ready for this one?
Okay, so
Hold on.
so we're gonna play a little bit of the music.
All right, let's listen.
You say that I'm different to the girls you dated. You say that you found me, I'm the one you waited
Everyone's still commenting.
for. Guess I need to trust you when you say you love me. Every day you
What the
said
fuck?
that you
Oh, you gotta scroll down.
left me on.
What the heck?
And my mind, it changes all the time. I smell
Never mind.
the tears
False
in my
call.
eyes, but I can't be acting like this.
Wee.
Got you for the rest of my life. I need to believe in love.
I need to believe in love after life.
What a cruel mistress!
I know, wasn't it?
Got it in the middle of the chorus.
And now you're all going to get pre-order like banners at the bottom of the stream. I'll be like, yeah, believe in love. So that opens.
Actually, I'm Sabrina.
Yes, and I thought it was a good one to play because
Let's see.
it's not just because it's like, I mean, it's guys, the whole
Look
record.
back to
I
live
can't
control
even, like,
room.
I don't have enough words to describe it. Like, it's so ridiculous how I describe this record, which is weird feeling.
Let's
She's
go
so
inside.
verbose.
As you can say,
The chattiest woman
Yeah.
on earth.
I just can't. I just am like,
Well, I forgot.
Every
my
time, it's just like a crazy emotion.
application.
but this one, I think because it moves us from love into fear. So it's actually now like a pause of saying, like, this is, 8-song record about love and about being in love and finding love and being happy about love. And then you're moving into this point of literally moving into fear. Like, I want to believe in love.
Yeah, well, actually, it's interesting you say that because I feel like I actually don't have
A
that
miracle.
many songs about romantic love.
Got
on this
intervention.
record. I think I have like 5 out of 16 tracks.
Well, I'm
So
gonna
with
smoke
Fear,
a
it's,
cigarette
you know,
after I
lists
pee,
many different
because it's a
things, like,
special occasion for me.
existential fears, fears about your purpose.
I am normal around people. It just
about
depends on your
family,
attitude.
about this one
You're
is
like,
about romantic
"Hey,"
love, about
I'm like, "Hey."
relationships. So I thought this was like one of the simplest ways to start.
Well, you go
Fear,
hard, I
because
go
for a lot
harder.
of us,
Might slap you in the face. Like,
fears
oh,
come
don't you
up
fucking
when
hug me.
we fall in
See
love
this
with
shit right
somebody
there?
or have a valuable relationship.
I love you. I love you too.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that's definitely one thing that I've been
Oh,
able
well, I'm gonna eat
to
this
process by writing
cake in hell.
this record, because
Wanna
until I
clean
met my partner, I was like
wait.
I
later.
just don't know how to describe it, but I was just
Yeah,
so effed up about relationships and like,
Maybe apathetic even about relationships.
yeah, I mean, like
Tell me
Electra Hearts is really
nothing.
like the other side of
Can't
the
tell
coin
me
in like
nothing.
playing with
Welcome
that
to the
idea of
awkward
being
show where I
vulnerable.
pee on
Whereas
camera.
this is like the absolute opposite. It's like I am sincere and
you can get privileges.
I am a vulnerable person. Nothing
You
is
do.
guaranteed in life or love. But it would be a sad way to live if you didn't love someone because of that. And it's really helped me. This record has actually really helped me like move through that. It doesn't mean I have like zero fears ever. I've been with my beloved partner for 4.5 years. But like when in the first few years it was very hard because these like I would say like
I'm not hard.
fears that or patterns I've had in my life kept coming up. So it was
I'm guessing clear, sort of, yeah.
like fully or like
You don't
like,
think
love
you can
someone
hear my
because
pee?
I always thinking of these
Oh,
things.
yeah, cuckoo, no, I'm saying.
All of us have experienced that to a degree, but like it felt so intense and vivid for me, and it never went away.
The cigarette is for
So I
me.
thought,
Thank you for the money I have to buy cigarettes and I have not lost my job and don't have not had security, social security, not social security, Medicaid. That's what you get when you go
Even
to
now,
through 6.5
because we're in this
months of
space, right?
prison. I mean,
So
it's
we're
like
just going to get
a
our
nut
bikes
house.
down here.
It's not
And
worth it.
likewise, if you're watching on
Didn't have to
YouTube,
happen.
just comment in the feed and we'll try and get to a few. But let's do some questions now. We'll keep it flowing. And also then it makes you wait a little longer for more snippets.
Oh, if you want to know why, watch my last video. I think I was recorded.
Oh, okay,
I was,
cool.
like, turned
And
up.
stand
It's
up.
cool. It was
Stand
just because I
up.
told my parents, or no, the cops.
Hello.
I told my parents that they need to go to jail and have the death penalty.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the place is going to blow up,
I want to ask, did you have any
or someone's going to get
like,
fired.
blocks
I
or,
pray about
like,
this.
yourself?
Like, make it rain, Lord. I only have to say make it rain.
Did you have like troubles or like?
Yeah, you think that shit wasn't
worries
gonna get
about
out?
this album?
The
Like,
fucking
did you
cops
have, like,
changed the story and
breaks?
even asked for a confirmation.
I
actually
I
weird.
did
Yeah.
have a lot of breaks.
You don't know what I've been going
like
through.
my first writing trip to LA, I wrote You
I was in
and
it
Karma,
every single time I'm going to.
and at the time
was 10
the production was so different, and
It was
I
also different.
was just like recoiling
10
at the idea of
times.
ever like
Not
doing something
kidding.
public again. So I just thought, oh,
those
Yeah,
are for other
everyone's telling me you need to
artists.
be on the medication.
And then I didn't write again. For
yeah, this is actually happening.
another-
a lot of words or whatever have a
God,
lot
I
of
think it might be
explaining
like
to
4
do.
to 6 months.
This
So
is, I might turn this
I've
off and
never
make skin
been,
really
touch
sad.
wood. That's not wood, but
But I'm
there.
happy.
Touch wood.
'Cause of
I've never
justice.
had creative blocks
Well,
in
no,
my
no,
career
I
as
didn't have
a
to have it. This
songwriter.
plan of the
But I
default
think it's
place
also
free
because
will.
I just don't write if I don't want
You
to.
can take your excuses elsewhere.
So
You know, everyone at that burst fight
in
church
that
that screw and be like, "Hey,
sense,
Dwayne,
I've
trying to
never really
test
had
me?
any trouble.
Get the
But
fuck
also,
out of the way." I ain't playing.
if you
I'm like,
put
"Hey,
me in
how
a
are you?"
room with people,
It's a reflection
I
on how you
will write a
think if you
song.
react in a negative
Like,
way.
it's just in my blood. But if I'm
How
on my
casual
own,
is that?
All
I
right, back to the
won't.
comments.
If I'm on my own, I'll take ages to finish something. Like Human took 4 months to finish. So it's easy to come up with
I don't
melodies
feel like typing anything right now.
when it's, you know, what you've done for a living, like 10 years, and for a
Might end
hobby.
this in a minute.
But yeah, very long answer. But no, I haven't had creative blocks, but
I
I,
don't really
have
wanna
had
listen
massive gaps between
to it right
writing
now.
because I just
I'm gonna
was
like it.
confused in life.
And
I can't listen
didn't
to
you
it.
write Orange Trees in like 3 hours or something?
Oh yeah, in like 2 hours.
It's getting kind of boring, anyways. You wanna- It takes a minute to hit the lyrics. Maybe one time I was innocent. Anything, this thing was it. Oh, none of them.
There's no need to feel
Look
down.
at
I say,
that.
young man, pick yourself off the ground. I say, young man,
Can't
cause
play
you're
too
in
much.
a new town. So if I did.
What did you think about the ride?
I love this song.
Rolling, it was great. I felt every time I get dizzy. Boy, you still get dizzy. I felt already went down the super slide. I was scared half to death. I've never been on white television before. Never.
This is
I've never
CBD,
been on
boy.
white television before. I felt sometimes I can watch the news. It was on the TV.
CBD, because your cops are listening. Oh, no. I'll change what I said. What is it? I said, what are you going to do? I do respect you. I know y'all going through a lot.
Every time you get dizzy, all you do is get dizzy.
That was my first video.
Spin around, I just freak out. I've never been on live television before. Never. I've never been on live
Gotta change it.
television before.
Oh, this one's a kill shot. I'm gonna start it in a minute. This relaxes you. I need to get relaxed. I'm not lying, but lying. That's weird.
Mr. Crowley, what they done in your
What went on in your head? Oh, Mr. Alarming. What would they want to end it? In a minute. 3 minutes. 3. Oh, that's good enough. Young man. There's a need to feel down because justice is taking the crown of the demons in the sea. I pray for the people with that. I got this truck to tuck. And if they can't move their arms or legs because they're unstable, bless them. In the name of Jesus, I said, bless them. And I can't be enough of this reality. Young man. I said, hey, Mickey, you're so fun. Hey, Casey Thomas. I don't know what I would have done without you. Boy, oh boy, I wasn't kidding about the world domination. I want to take over the world. No, you don't. Yes, I do. Okay, keep telling yourself that. It's very calm. I broke her nose, by the way. I just took it. I'm like, boom. Oh, not that hard. I don't know what I was thinking. Jennifer took my nose out. It's like, Jennifer only have one nose. Fuck your feelings. Basically. Jennifer's so screwed up. Pray for her, guys. She deserves to be in Murdoch. She works there. She wants to be a telemarketer and she can't hear well. Oh, the trumpet's sounding. It sounds like a trumpet, but it'll be in her ear. That might be the Trump. Someone's just screwing with me. I'm not stupid. See? I think I'm that dumb. Yay! I'm like, it's about time. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was gonna like, blink, and I'm here. And whoop, blink, I'm back here. Back to reality. That's basically, I think, what. I don't know. I better keep my mouth shut. Psych. No, I will. Helicopters. What did he say? Oh my god. What to do? First one to follow my sound up and wins. Alright, let's go inside. Ooh. I might start another live stream in a minute. Alright, ta. Oh, wrong one. Peace and love.